Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the watch list for next week. These are going to be the top stocks and cryptocurrencies we're looking at for entries and maybe even exits next week. We got the list pulled up here. We're going to be covering all of these names in today's episode. So tune in, folks. There are a lot of things setting up going into November and into the end of the year. We got new monthly candles forming here at the end of the month, which is going to be on Monday for stocks and later this evening for crypto. So we'll be seeing new monthly alerts and things coming through. If you guys are not familiar with our strategy, we are swing traders here on this channel. Before I get into the rules, if you guys are watching the replay, if you guys are watching in the live chat, let me know where you guys think we are going into 2026. Okay, we think of things here on a macro perspective. We're not day traders. We're swing traders. Where do you guys think the sentiment in the market is right now? Do you guys think we're in a bear trap? A bear trap is when markets sell off and then absolutely rip. Do you think we're in a bull trap where we have a little bounce and then we absolutely die? Or do you think we're down here in despair? Do you think we're doing this, going sideways? That's the smart money phase. Where do you guys think we are at overall in the markets right now? I want to see in the comment section, if you're watching the replay, drop it in the live chat here. If you guys are tuning in live, we are live every single Wednesday and Friday here on YouTube. What's going on, Mike? What's going on, Peter? What's going on, Guy? Hope you guys are all having a great week so far. Let's go ahead and dive into the trading rules just so anybody that is new can understand what we're going to be looking for on the charts today. Again, we have the watch list. We're going to be covering this today. We're going to be going through all these names and looking for setups, looking for entries. We will be sharing this watch list here after the stream as well. I want to go through everything just so everybody's on the same page, okay? So first things first, rule number one is that we are swing traders that focused on a monthly and daily chart here. We are 1 to 6 months out on all of our investments, okay? So we're not day traders. We're not buying something and panicking the next day if it drops. We are looking out at least a minimum of 6 months, okay? I say 1 to 6 months because typically with our signals that we're going to talk about today, the red and green dots, that's typically how long it takes for a trade to play out. So you guys need to understand, if you cannot wait 1 to 6 months, this strategy is not for you. You should not be using our strategy. You should go find a different channel. I love having you here, but we are not day traders here on this channel. We are swing traders, okay? We look at things from a macro perspective. Okay, rule number two is that we enter and exit positions using the trading indicator. Rule number three is green dot means buy and red dot means sell. When I'm talking about those red and green dots, I am going to be talking about, let's just go to Ethereum here. I'm talking about these red and green dots here. Okay, so the green dots are our buy signals. The red dots are our sell signals. So you can see on a chart of Ethereum here, the best time to buy Ethereum has been when this blue wave is down here. If you would have bought this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot, or this dot, okay, we called this one out back in June, okay, you would have made money 100% of the time. Okay, there was never a time where you bought a green dot down here on Ethereum where you didn't make money. This one came at $1,000. These ones back here in 2020, 5 years ago, came at around 200. And then the sell signals obviously came up here between 3,000 and 4,000. We got this one in June. That was right there at around 2,200. It went up 100%. So the red and green dots, when I reference those today, that is what we were talking about, okay, right here on the trading indicator. Okay, so the first thing we look for in these signals, because we focus on a monthly and a daily chart, is the green dot on the monthly chart. Okay, that's those dots I was just talking about. See the green dot again. We got that green dot in June. That was a couple months ago, about 4 months ago, and again, it went up 100%. That took 2 months to get to the top. So if you guys would have entered on that signal, again, what is our time frame? It's 1 to 6 months. This took 2 months to go up 100%. You doubled whatever you put in there off of that signal. So the first thing we're looking for on our trades, and what the majority of these names here on the watch list are going to have in common, is that they have a green dot on the monthly chart. Okay, the green dot tells us here on the monthly chart that we are going up over the next 1 to 6 months. Okay, that is what that signal means. So as traders, we want to put our money, we want to invest our money into things that are going up, right? We don't want to buy when there's a red dot because that means we're going down. We want to buy when things are green. So like Ethereum right now, we would be looking for entries on Ethereum because the dot is green. Okay, if that flips red, we would obviously be taking caution and using our resources and other time frames to determine whether or not we want to take a trade. But what the green dot tells us on the monthly chart is that we're going up over the next 1 to 6 months. Okay, normally when you get a green dot on the monthly, it normally takes 1 to 6 months to get to the top. And I'm going to get into our selling strategy here in just a sec. Again, I like to go over this. I know some of you have heard this a million times, but being a trader is not a joke, folks. This isn't a fun thing to do, right? It's fun, but it's not something that's just going to make you a lot of money. Okay, you need to have a plan, and you need to have the discipline to stick to a plan. That's why the rules are the most important thing to follow. If you don't have a plan, you need to make a plan. You could use our rules. If you're not going to use our rules, I highly recommend you come up with your own rules and stick to them. Okay, I've been doing this for 8 years, and if you don't have a plan, you are going to get emotional, and you are going to fail, ultimately. You're going to panic. You're going to let your emotions take over because you don't have a plan or a target or anything you're sticking to. So, again, the first thing we look for in our buying strategy is that monthly green dot. So when we see the monthly green dot, the next thing we do here on rule number 5 is we want to buy the day of the green dot in or around the golden zones. Okay, and that is as long as the monthly dot is green. So again, here's the equation. Monthly green dot plus daily green dot equals buy. So you could see here on Ethereum, that monthly came in June, right? Today is October. We're about to November. So June, July, August, September, October. Okay, 5 months ago is when we got the signal on Ethereum. Okay, and let's just go back to June here on the daily. June was right here. Okay, I was making videos every day on TikTok telling you guys to buy the crap out of Ethereum at these levels. Okay, now everyone wants to buy Ethereum now that we're up here. Okay, and this is where we like to sell. Again, I'll get into our sell strategy here in just a second, but you can see June. This was the ultimate entry right here on Ethereum. That was on June 23rd. You can see the green dot there. Boom, you got that. It ripped. So as long as the monthly is green, okay, what we're doing is we're zooming into the smaller time frame, which is the daily, and we are looking for pullbacks and green dots. Okay, so, and again, those green dots need to come when we're in the golden zones. So the golden zones are going to be these levels here on the Fibonacci. So you can see Ethereum's not quite in the golden zone, so we're not too interested in it at these levels. But ideally, where we want to buy is these golden zones on the Fibonacci. If you guys don't know what this Fibonacci tool is, I have a free trading course over here in the Discord that you could take. It's completely free. There's 7 or 8 videos you can watch, and you can also download all of these trading indicators that I'm going to be talking about here today by coming over here to the Trading Indicator tab. Just click this link. It takes a couple of clicks, and everything is going to load directly up into your TradingView account. TradingView is just the website we use here to chart. So if you guys want these indicators, by the end of the video, you guys can download those over here by clicking on that link, and my email is right there if you have any trouble. So again, the buying strategy is pretty simple. As long as it has a monthly dot, we are looking to buy daily green dots, right? We want the macro to be in our favor, right? The monthly chart needs to be in our favor. Okay, this needs to be going up. How do we know the monthly is going up? It has a green dot here on the monthly. Okay, as long as it's green, we're going up. Okay, as long as it's red, we're going down. So when we get the monthly, we want to zoom into the daily because each one of these candles is 1 day's worth of time, right? This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, the monthlies, these are 1 month. Okay, the reason the monthly dots are the most accurate is because there is the most data in the monthly, right? This is 30 days worth of data right here. Okay, this is going to be the most accurate signal that you can get when it comes to this strategy, okay, for a 1 to 6 month swing trade. So again, after you get the monthly, you want to zoom into the daily, and you want to look for price to pull back into these golden zones and give you a green dot on the chart. Okay, monthly green dot plus daily green dot equals buy. That's the buying strategy. It's not hard, but the hard part is staying disciplined and sticking to it, right? That's going to always be the case if you're investing in your trading, is to not get emotional and stick to your plan, okay? And then rule number 6 is that we have 2 different selling strategies. So again, everyone wants to know what the buy strategy is. Not a lot of people want to talk about the sell, take profit strategy. We have 2 different selling strategies here. Sell strategy number 1 is that we want to sell on a red dot in the red zone on the daily chart, okay? So I talked about these golden zones, right? This is our target. These are our target zones to buy. If it's not in these golden zones, we're not looking for trades. We never want to buy up here in the red zone. We want to buy in the golden zone. So again, that first rule right there, we sell on a red dot in the red zone on the daily chart. Okay, so you can see the red dot here on the daily. Okay, the first sell strategy is based on the daily. The red dot in the red zone is our sell target. So again, we were entering Ethereum down here, and we were selling it up here. If you guys made that trade with us, I played the options on this and made a ton of money. It was up 72%. So that was the first red dot. It pulled back a little bit and then had another one up here at around 4,800. Again, our goal is to never time the exact top. We just want to be consistent. How do we be consistent? We have a plan and we stick to it. Okay, so again, sell strategy number one, sell the red dot in the red zone. You got a red dot right here at 4,800. You got a red dot in the red zone right here at 4,800. You had another red dot in the red zone right here at around 4,500. Now we're sitting at 3,800. So again, this red zone on the Fibonacci, I think the Fibonacci is one of the best tools you can use when it comes to discovering if we're at a expensive price, a cheap price, or a fair price. The way I look at it is if it's in the red zone, we're expensive. Right? Things are very expensive. We do not want to buy things that are expensive as investors, right? That's when we're up here. This is when we want to sell. We want to sell up here. We want to buy down in this area right here. Okay? So if you look at it in the red zone, that means your asset is expensive. If you're down here in the middle golden zone, this means it's a fair price, right? It's right in the middle. So you can look at that as like you're getting a fair price. And then down here is discounted, right? You're getting a discounted price. To me, down here is down in despair. Okay, so again, sell strategy. Number one, it's really simple, guys. A red dot in the red zone. We don't necessarily care about the red dots down here unless they're in that red zone. Okay, and Ethereum's still looking pretty good here as long as it can hold on to $3,600. That is still bullish. And then the last part of our sell strategy before we get into the watch list is going to be sell strategy number two. We sell when the stochastic RSI, the light blue line on the trading indicator, hits the white dotted line on the monthly chart. So let's just go to like a chart of Bitcoin here. So if I go to the monthly, okay, sell strategy number one was based on the daily. Okay, this sell strategy is based on the monthly chart because, again, we're focused on the monthly and the daily chart here. Do we look at the weekly sometimes? Yes. Do we look at the 4 hours sometimes? Yes. But typically, we're mainly focused on the monthly and the daily chart here. And again, 1 to 6 months out on all investments. If you buy something and it goes down the next day after you buy it, you can't panic because you should have went into that trade with, I'm going to hold this for at least 6 months and see where it's at. Okay, so again, we want to sell when that stochastic RSI, the light blue line on the trading indicator, hits the white dotted line. That is this RSI right here. The stochastic RSI is what it's called. Okay, when that hits the white dotted line, that's where we're taking profits. Okay, could have took profits right here on Bitcoin around 60, 70,000. It pulled all the way back to 51. And then went back up. You could have sold right in this area. Same thing. We topped out back here in 2021 when that stochastic RSI hit that white dotted line. So those are the two selling strategies. You could see that Bitcoin does have a red dot here. So we are watching 100,000 here on Bitcoin like an absolute hawk. As long as it can hold on to 100, we're looking pretty good. But if that level breaks, you should see a sell-off like this pretty soon after. 100K is a very big level, and that red dot on the monthly is very worrisome for Bitcoin. So with that being said, that's the strategy, folks. Again, if you don't have a plan, I highly recommend you get one. We have these trading rules over here. If you guys want to learn more about that, I have a free trading course right here. And this is what we do, folks. We are 1 to 6 months out. We are not day traders here. We take a lot different approach than a lot of these people, a lot of these other people online. So day trading is, in my opinion, it's an automatic setup for failure. No one makes it day trading. Okay, I mean, I'm willing to die on that hill unless you have like very, very good technology that a lot of people don't have access to. 90 to 95% of people fail at it. So that's why we kind of try to take a different approach and incorporate patience, discipline, logic, and data. Everything we do here, folks, is based on the LDD method. We go off logic, data, and discipline. Okay. So with that being said, let's get into the watch list here. So like I said at the beginning, we're going to be covering our green list today. We do this every Friday. We go down the list, we look at all these charts, we look at the names, and we pick out our favorite ones. I will be loading my favorites from this list here for next week. So if I'm thinking like, hey, this looks good for a buy next week, I'm going to load it into this watch list here, the weekly watch list favorites. And I will be sharing this with you guys in the Discord just like I do every single week. So before we start, let me go ahead and pray. Thank you, Lord, for another day and another opportunity to get better. Father, we ask that you will guide us in our finances, guide us in our relationships, and just guide us in everything that we do today. I pray that you will bless everybody that hears my voice today, give me the words to say. God, help us invest wisely and make the right decisions. In Jesus' name, amen. Praise the Lord. What's going on, Nick? What's going on, Assad? What's going on, Catherine? Neville? Hope you guys are doing good. I will be taking some chart requests here today from you guys. I just want to get through our watch list first. So if you guys want your chart requests answered, either drop them in the live chat here throughout the stream, or drop them right over here inside of the Discord. Drop them over here right inside of the Discord. So we'll get to those on Wednesday. We cover your guys' chart requests every Wednesday, and we do our watch list every Friday. So let's go ahead and dive right in here. ALTS is going to be the first one, and I just want to note these first names all the way up until SoFi. These are names that I already have positions opened on. So these are what I'm actually currently holding. I have a couple short positions on PLTR and SoFi, and then the rest of these names I am actually holding in my portfolio. So I'll go over those first, and then after that, these are going to be for next week. These are going to be the favorites for next week that I don't have positions on, but I might be looking to take them on. And again, I'm going to take all my favorites, and I'm already going to put this one in my favorites for next week. This is Alts, ALTS. We took a trade on this week. The reason I like this is because of the weekly chart, actually. This is a play on the weekly chart, okay? So you can see this weekly dot came here. I think that came on Monday. I think our entry's like 220 on that, but this looks phenomenal. Okay, let's go to the daily here. So you can see how it's at the bottom of the golden zone here. Okay, this is like a penny stock right now. Very, very small, under the radar stock. It was my biggest mover today in my portfolio, but the reason I like it is because of how far we have to go back to the red zone. You can see just back in June, we were up here at $10. This stock is all the way down here at $2.50 now. So if we go back to the red zone from here, just say we hit the top there at 10, okay, we're sitting at 250 right now, okay? If we go back to the top, that's a 300% move on this asset, okay? And I really like how these charts are setting up. And that weekly chart just looks very good. So the support level I'm playing on this is $2. As long as this thing holds $2, I think it looks phenomenal. And I think this is one of my favorite setups for next week. And again, we entered on this back here. I believe it was actually last week on Thursday at around $2.20. So we're up a little bit on the position, but that thing has a lot of room to go. So the whole idea behind this strategy is to wait until we get back up to the red zone, right? Because that's part of our strategy. We don't want to sell until we get back up here to the red zone. So we're buying down here and we're holding for 1 to 6 months until we get back up here. Okay, and if that thing goes to $8 to $10, that's a beautiful trade there. So that one's going to be on the favorites for next week. PINS, PINS, this is another one, very new cryptocurrency project. This is more of an under-the-radar play. The weekly dot is what we're looking for on this one. I still really like this setup. I think that's a very strong project, and I like it down here at 29 cents. Chirp is the next one. I've been holding this for a while. This is another really new play. I have a couple cryptocurrencies in my portfolio that are just low cap plays that are very new, that have the potential to, 10 to 100x, and I think Chirp is one of those. It's only a $3 million market cap, but again, buying and holding until we get back up here to 14. I like this one as well. We got S. This is Centennial 1. So if you come back here to our chart in the cheat sheet here, so in my opinion right now, S is doing this. Okay, this is a stealth phase. Okay, this is the smart money phase. So the smart money is like the billionaires, the trillionaires, right? The multimillionaires. Okay, these are the people that are very smart, right? They like to load up when things are quiet and no one's really talking about things because they're just going sideways, right? Everyone gets really excited, really enthusiastic, really happy when things just absolutely rip to the upside. Okay, a lot of the time, most retail are buying up here in this area. Okay, they're buying up here in the red zone because that's when, right, we went from 14 all the way up to 28. Now retail starts buying and then they get crushed. So right now, if you look at this chart, it's just going sideways here, right, since April. So it hasn't really moved. It's just building a base here between 16 and 17. It had a really nice move today. This one also had a weekly pop off today as well. So the weekly alerts are also very accurate on the weekly. The weekly and the monthly are going to be your most accurate signals. It doesn't have the monthly yet, but I think that's coming here very soon. And again, I believe we're in one of these phases right here on S. I still really like that one. It's a cybersecurity play. Personally, I think cybersecurity is going to be a huge industry with AI and crypto and everything that's going on. So I still like S for next week too. We got Rocket Mortgage. I still like this one as well above about 1550. They beat their earnings. They lost on revenue, but they beat their earnings, so they're doing pretty well. Target on that's going to be up there at 20. Not really my favorite one for next week, but looks okay. I do like Rivian next week, though. I think Rivian looks really good here. This one has the green dot on the monthly. They also have earnings coming up here next week. That weekly chart looks like it's curling up. So Rivian's definitely going to be on the favorites for next week. I have a position on that one as well. So far on the weekly watch list favorites, we got the Alts, Pins, Chirp, S, and Rivian. Again, I will be sharing this list with you guys in the Discord over here after this video. So you guys will be able to come in here and click the link just like from last week, and you'll be able to see all the favorites, okay, just by clicking on that link. And these update here in real time. So Rivian looks good. Okta, this one's also on the favorites list for next week. I still like this one as well. Again, what are we doing? We're ranging. We're going sideways. There's not a lot of excitement, not a lot of hype, right? Nobody really talking about it. Once again, where do we sell? We sell the red dot in the red zone. That literally called the exact top right there at 125. Called the top over here at 115, sold off, back up. Okay, now we're just ranging. So this is another cybersecurity name that I am very interested in. They've been growing their earnings. They also closed with a weekly dot here as well. So if you look at the weekly chart, right, you can see you want to buy when this blue wave is down here and sell when the blue wave is up here. Okay, same with the daily chart, same with pretty much any chart. But this weekly chart looks very strong. We're building a nice base here. I think Okta breaks out next week. I think that one looks really good down here at around 90. Chirp is on the SUI network. So you have to have a decentralized wallet. That one's not listed on exchanges yet. It's kind of an under-the-radar coin. Snapchat, I still really like this one. Once again, what are we doing right now on Snapchat? We are doing this. Okay, this is when patience are tested. This is when people get impatient, and then finally they give up because they just want that 10x by tomorrow. Right? They don't want to wait. They just want it to go 10x tomorrow. Right? This thing's just going sideways right now between 7 and 8. They do have earnings coming up next Wednesday. So this is going to be one I'm going to be watching very, very closely on earnings. They normally move really big on earnings. And I think this one's going to absolutely explode back here to 12. I'm going to go ahead and put that one on the watch list for next week as well. Filecoin, pretty much any cryptocurrency right now that we're looking at the weekly chart. Okay, the weekly and the monthly. So Filecoin, this thing's at all-time lows. Okay, it has never been this low. You can see back here in 2019, that was 6 years ago. It was back here at around, I think the low was like $2.35, and it popped all the way up to 200. So I think this is a really interesting play. I like the fundamentals of Filecoin. If I were to buy this one, I already actually own it, but if I were to want to average down on it, and I don't want to average down because I think I bought it around 155 off that big liquidation event that we had a couple weeks ago that kind of spooked everybody. So we're just ranging right now at around 150. I like the fundamentals of File. I would look to buy that one on a monthly dot. I'm not going to put that one in the favorites, though. Fee, this is... I don't know how to say the company name, but they missed on their earnings by a mile. Okay, I mean, they got crushed. They missed on their revenue by almost $500 million. So they dropped 40%. I went ahead and bought the dip on this at around 71. So I'm down, I think, I don't know, probably around 8% on it right now. But again, our target's up here in the red zone. So we're waiting until price retracts up here to the red zone. I think this one on a green dot next week will be a good long-term play. You can see the monthly here. I mean, that kind of candle is not normal. So I think this flushed a lot of people out. For those of you that entered off the golden dot, you should have had a stop loss set somewhere around 120. And that thing just got absolutely raked down 50% this month alone. So this is another one that I'd wait for the monthly if you want that confirmation. But I think this one's going to bounce back here going into the end of the year down at 66 bucks there. You can wait for the daily next week. The fundamentals are strong of the company. They're a payments company, and they're getting very involved in crypto. So that's one that's worth a look. I know some of you guys entered on the golden dot, so did I, but I actually ended up getting stopped out on this one before earnings. So you guys got to set stop losses and use risk management. Again, these signals are not 100%. I never recommend investing more than 5% of your total portfolio in any name. So if something like this happens, you don't lose everything, right? If you only invested 5% of your total portfolio and it goes down 5%, you only lose 2.5% of your portfolio. Okay, I have that rule actually laid out over here in the trading rules section. Never exceed more than 5% of your total portfolio in one trade. Add using dollar cost averaging. So again, if you have a $100,000 portfolio, again, this is the important stuff that's very, very important that you understand, right? If you have let's say you have a $100,000, let's just say $10,000 account, okay? If you're going to buy fee off this golden dot, you should never exceed more than 0.05, $500, right? If you have a $10,000 portfolio. That way, if it dropped, right? If it dropped 50%, you're only down $250. Okay, and again, no signal, no strategy is 100%, so you guys need to understand that. These signals are very accurate. I think they're extremely accurate. The more long-term you could be, if you can buy and hold for 6 months, I think these are anywhere from 75 to 80% accurate on these signals, which is really good. Because if you buy 20 names, 70% of those are going to be in profit in the next 6 months. If you go out a year, it's even more accurate. The longer you can hold, the more accurate it's going to be. So I'm looking for fee to bounce back here next week. I know some of you guys bought the dip. I decided to buy the dip at around $71. I'm down about 8% right now on the position. Not really caring, right? If we go down 20%, if we go down to like $50, I might consider buying more, but until that happens, I think this one's going to go up. Watching for a green dot on the daily there next week. Let's go ahead and add that one to the favorites. I like that one just because of how beat up it is. Again, we want to buy stocks and cryptos that are beat up. We don't want to buy things that are ripping, right? This is where everyone's buying Chainlink up here at $26 because everyone on Twitter is talking about it. No one cares about Chainlink right now at $17, and that's good, right? We're in the golden zone, right? We have a green monthly dot. Okay, and we're just going to have to see where this opens up. I think Chainlink still looks very strong here above 16. I'd be looking to add on this one. With crypto charts right now, guys, I've been saying this for the last couple weeks. I'm looking at the weekly. Okay, I know we're primarily focused on the monthly and the daily. The weekly is right in between those two charts. And you can see that every time Chainlink gives a weekly dot down here, okay, back in August, $10 all the way to 30, right back here in April, okay, $11 all the way up to 28. All we're missing is that signal down on Chainlink. So I would love to see Chainlink pop a green dot here next week. We're going to be watching this one like a hawk. It does have support down there at around 15. What else we got? PayPal. PayPal I still think is prime. I still think PayPal's prime. This one had the monthly pop up and then it faded away. I like this one down here at 60. I don't see this one going lower than 64. This one's in the portfolio. I would be looking to add that one on the green dots. Here's Oxy. I like Oxy a lot. I think oil and gas is going to perform very well in 2026. They got earnings coming up here, looks like in 2 weeks on the 10th. Target on that's still 52. I like Oxy for an oil and gas play. ARB, this one's down here at 29 cents. Again, with all these cryptos, I'm looking for the weekly signals. Okay, this is going to be the tell, in my opinion, where the bottom's going to be. Okay, we just need to be patient and wait for those weekly signals if you're looking to add to those positions. BMY, this one looks good. This one looks really good. They had earnings this week. I'm going to put that one on the favorites. So far on the favorites, this is what we got for next week. Okay, we got quite a few names to go here, but these ones are all looking good going into next week. And BMY, this is a healthcare company. You can see they beat their earnings. They did very well. Target on that's going to be up here at $60. Okay, I like this one a lot for next week. That one also had the weekly print. And that monthly hasn't came yet, but you could see we're building support down here at around 40. I don't see this one going lower than $40, where we bounced back here in April. So this one looks good. Okay, I like the bounce here, the beat on earnings. I think that one's going back to 60. I do like that one. ICP, again, this one's at an all-time low right now. Okay, you can see we bounced at this area back here in 2023 of October. It is now 2025 of October. And you can see we bounced right at that same level we're bouncing at right now. This thing went from $2.50 all the way up to $20. That was a 10x trade. So we're getting it right now at a 2-year low. As everybody's saying that it's over and yada, 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 we're sitting at the 2-year support right now. So I still like ICP for next week as well. That one looks good. That one has a lot of utility too. LMNT, this is one I added to this week. Again, it's got the green monthly dot. This is an aerospace name and also a war name. They make a lot of war equipment, and with all the stuff going on in the world right now, there's chance that war could break out. When war breaks out, this company does benefit. So that one had the green dot yesterday. That's when I bought it. I really like this one over 475. That one has a nice range back up there to 600, and you can see how this chart is just starting to curl up here. It has the monthly green dot. Okay, the daily green dot is showing up. So this is a great example of what a good trade looks like with our strategy. Again, as long as you have the green monthly, you are then looking for the daily here on the daily chart. So this is a great buy in my opinion. I have a stop loss at like 470 here. And yes, they do have a dividend. We got Near. Near's down here at 2. Again, very important support level right here around $2. We've been going sideways for the last 6 months. Just waiting on this big move here. Wait on that big move. I'm still holding Near here. Dow, D-O-W. This is a chemicals company. This one is also down. Look at that. Freaking 10, 11 months straight down. Got the green dot back here in July at around $24. It's literally sitting at the same price you got that at. We're looking to buy this one on green dots. Target on this is 48 to 52 on Dow. We got DJT just doing nothing. DJT has done nothing since May. Okay, it's just been kind of melting down here. But this one moves very fast when it does. What I'm watching for on DJT to add to the position is just a green monthly dot. Looking for the green monthly here on DJT. I think that's going to be a big tell of the reversal, the true reversal. And I think that comes here in the next 1 to 3 months. So I'm staying long on that position. It is one of my biggest positions right now, just because of how they're getting involved in the crypto industry and the stuff they're doing on their social platform. Again, $15 was the low back here in October of 2023. It absolutely exploded all the way up from $15 to $80. That move happened in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. Okay, it went from 15 to 80, and we're sitting right back at 15. So as an investor, I want to buy it down here at 15. I don't want to buy it up here at 80 like the majority. CPB, this is Campbell's Soup. Again, got the green monthly dot. These guys pay a nice dividend. Not a big, sexy 10x play, but, you know, if this thing retraces back up here to 45 to 47, that's a really nice trade. That's a really nice trade. If that retraces, that's around a 57% move. Plus, you can collect the dividend as you wait. So I like CPB next week as well. I think that one's at the low. Did I put LMNT on there? Yeah, LMNT's on there as well. Donut's just hanging down here around $3. So our target on Donut, this is Krispy Kreme, is still 10 to 12. Still like it. Still got the green monthly. And we're just, again, ranging. This is when people get very, very impatient. Right? We're just going sideways. Not any crazy moves up, crazy moves down. Unfortunately, most retail buys after this move already happens. We want to sit, we want to be patient, and we want to stay disciplined in this area. So we're buying and holding that one until we get closer to the red zone. NVO, same thing. Things selling off. It's got earnings coming up next week. Target on that's still up there at 110. I do like this one for next week. I'd buy this one on the daily alert. And again, if you guys do not have these indicators, you guys can download those over here under the Trading Indicator tab. Just click on this link. Takes a couple of clicks and everything loads directly up into your TradingView account. But also, we call the signals out over here as well. So what I'd be watching for on NVO next week, okay, if you don't have the indicator, you can come over here to the daily alert section and look for a green dot here in the daily. Okay, we call the daily, the monthly, and we're getting new monthly candles here on crypto here in about 2.5 hours. We're going to get new signals over here. We also call out the sell signals over here as well. Okay, so I'd be watching for that daily alert next week on NVO. Once again, we do have the green dot here on the monthly. So if we have the green dot on the monthly, we want to be taking action. We want to be proactive, okay? I think this one is an absolute steal down here at $50. It was up here at 140 back in June. Okay, now it's sitting at 50. So that one's on the favorites for next week. I'm going to put Donut on there too, just because I think it's just still a great buy. We've been saying that for a few weeks. Again, we can't control when this thing's going to decide to break out. We can say, okay, I'm willing to wait 1 to 6 months until we get up here. If I have to wait 10 months, fine, so be it. But I'm going to be patient, and I'm going to wait until this gets back up here to the red zone to take profits. Right down here, doesn't make sense to take profits because, again, we bought in at 330. Why would we sell down here when we could sell up here? Okay, we want to sell in the red zone. This is where we want to be selling. Okay, we're nowhere near that level. SQQQ, this is just a short play for me on the QQQ. So this is like you're shorting tech. So it's the inverse of QQQ. I just got a position on it in case markets do decide to collapse and go down. What's going on, John? Assad, what are you doing, brother? Are you still in the options trade for Oxy? Yes. Yes, I am. Yep, I got the 55... I believe it's the 55 calls for 2027. Still holding those. Uniswap. Uniswap, another name that I just want to see that weekly alert. Again, zoom out of Uniswap. Let's just look at the weekly chart. Okay, all the way back here to 2023. Every time this gave a green dot down here on the weekly, it was a buying opportunity, right? Buying opportunity. Boom. $6 all the way up to 19. Boom. Green dot. Okay, what was that? Back in April, $5 up to 12, pulled back. Okay, you see the pattern? Up, down, up, down, up, down. We want to buy the lows and sell the highs. Okay, so what we're looking for on Uni right now is that green dot on the weekly. Once again, that will be called out over here onto the weekly alerts section. And we got one from Arrow today, AERO. I think if you're looking to buy crypto right now, you want to wait for these signals. Okay, wait for the weeklies to come in to add to your positions. We got GoodRx. These guys got earnings next week. Okay, these guys got earnings next week. I'm going to put this one on my favorites list. I think it's at the low. You can see we're bouncing at the same level we bounced back here in August. See how we bounced right there at 330? We're literally at the same spot. So all we need is a green dot here on the daily, and they got earnings coming up here next week. Let me let my cat out real quick. Come on. All right. Ridge, now if you believe in this project like I do, you're buying it down here at a penny. Look at where it was the last time we bounced. It was right back here. Same exact level, right at the lows right now. You're buying it at the lows if you believe in the project. Hopefully you're staking yours and just earning as time goes on. Okay, this thing was all the way up here at 6 cents. This is when everyone was excited to buy it. No one cares about it down here at 0.001. Okay, if this thing goes back to 0.006, you're talking about, from where we're sitting right now, around a 500% move if it just goes back to there. So I like Riz. Again, it's one of those small cap crypto plays that you just have to invest a little bit in for a chance to make a lot. I like those kind of risk to reward plays, and I still like Riz down here. I would still buy this one here this week. I'm accumulating as much of that as possible. TSDD. So I took a position on this, I think it was yesterday. So this is a short Tesla. So this is a short play on Tesla. So why am I shorting Tesla? Because we're up here in the red zone. I don't like to buy assets that are up here in the red zone. If anything, I'm going short. Okay. So I have what was that? TTSD or TSDD. So this is a short Tesla ETF. So if you buy this and Tesla goes down, this price goes up. And I'm short Tesla. A lot of people are bullish on it right now. And I'm not bullish up here in the red zone. I never am. We were calling Tesla out back here off the golden dot back in March at $200. Everybody was laughing at us back here. Okay, they were laughing at us for buying back here. This thing went all the way up to 450. That was a 100% move from April all the way up here to October. Okay, so I'm short Tesla. That's why I bought. The ticker is TSDD. I'm going to put that one in the watch list as well. And again, I'll share this with you guys here after the stream, just so you guys have all the favorites for next week. You can look at it over the weekend and do your own due diligence on it. PLTR, I'm short this one as well, and I'm short SoFi. Okay, the reason I'm shorting these companies is because they have gone straight up for the last 6 months. Okay, I think there's going to be a red candle here eventually. I know PLTR is breaking out to all-time highs, but you know they got earnings next week, so I'm shorting that one going into its earnings. Okay, and then obviously SoFi has just been absolutely ripping here as well. I'm shorting both those companies. So TSDD, SQQQ, SoFi, and PLTR, I'm short. And then the rest of everything I'm long on. So that's everything I'm holding. So these names here are names that we would be looking to buy next week. These are names we would be interested in adding to the portfolio next week. So let's just go down this list real quick here. You guys got any questions or anything, just drop them in the chat. I'll take some chart requests here as well once we're done getting through this list. So TAO, I don't like this one here because it's in the red zone. So if you're playing this one, I would just use a stop loss at 400, but that one is not my favorite. First Solar, this one's up here in the red zone as well. Not interested. I'd be taking profits on Zcash, guys. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, wow. Look where the dot came, guys. Back in May, $35. This one came right here in September at $42. Okay, this thing's all the way up at 400 now. This is Zcash. $40 to 400 is a 10x trade. So we're cashing out Zcash. We're taking profits, right? We're not greedy. We're taking profits here on Zcash at 400. I think you sell that one right now. Pinlink we covered. Yep, that one's on the favorites list. This one is a new project, so It's more for fundamental reasons. What we're looking for on Pinlink is a green dot here on the weekly. I think that one's a solid buy there at 29. ATH. This one's rebounding nicely. Another one of those new projects. I would just make sure this one holds on to 0.024. I can't see the Fibonacci, so I think this one looks decent. It's just a pretty new crypto project. AVE looks okay. Not my favorite. Bonk looks good. I like the fact that Bonk's down here in the bottom golden zone. Again, what I'm looking for on crypto right now is the weeklies. Okay, I know we focus on a monthly and a daily, but sometimes we got to use the weekly to get a better idea of where we're going to turn. You can see the last time Bonk got a green dot with the wave all the way down here was back here in March. Okay, that was at 0.00001. That went up 300%. It's pulled back. Okay, everyone quits on the pullback, right? They get into what we call despair. Okay, they get down here in despair, and then things go sideways, right? This is where people quit, they give up, they get emotional. It's the name of the game. Okay, so after we've had this big pullback, no one's talking about Bonk anymore. But as soon as we get that weekly dot, I think that's going to be a great place to enter. I'm going to put that one in the favorites. So far, the favorites for next week are right here, folks. Again, I'm going to share this with you guys here after the stream, so just stick around, and we're just going to get through all this thing, and we'll take some chart requests as well from the chat. Trump has a weekly dot, so Trump's a buy. I actually took profits on mine around 860. It had a little pullback, but I think this one's going to jump here. This one's got a long ways to go back up here to the red zone, so this one's still on my favorites list. I would look for a green daily though to buy it. Okay, but that one actually just might break out here and hit 20. That's up 7% today. We got Arrow. Arrow looks good. Arrow has the weekly alert, or it had it pop up. Okay, we got that signal over here in the Discord today at 5:32. So if you guys want real-time alerts, you guys got to join the Discord. The Discord's free to join. We do have a membership that you could sign up for and get access to everything. If you guys want more information about that, just come to the Become a Member tab. But Arrow did get the weekly alert. And again, I know that it's not showing on the chart right now because the price probably went down a little bit, but I would say this one looks very strong here, up above 80 cents. Okay, good solid crypto project. I'm going to add that one to the favorites here. I'd be a buyer at $1. LCX, same thing. Watch the weekly on that one. Coinbase is tough. It's very choppy right now. We took a trade on this a couple weeks ago at around 300. We sold up here at around 400. Again, the red dot in the red zone gave you the topping signal right there at 390. It pulled back to 300. Not my favorite for next week. Again, it's not in the golden zone, so we're too close to the red zone for that to be on the favorites for next week. We can't buy everything, right? Wolf, same thing. We're taking profits on a red dot. Zillow looks okay, as long as you use a stop loss at like 69. Soundhound pulling back. You could buy this one on a green dot. It's just not my favorite. We got our topping signal right there in October at around 22. See the red dot came right there, sold off. AI play is just too high, right? I'd rather buy it down here, right down here, down here. Okay, nice move from 12 up to 22. It's just too high for us now. Again, we're 1 to 6 months out. Okay, we're not day trading. We're 1 to 6 months out. MSOS, this is a cannabis ETF. I like this one above $4. Cannabis has been performing very well ever since June. This ETF is up over 200%. What I like about this one right now is the fact that it's right back into our moving average. Okay, I just turned off the Fibonacci there, but you can see this moving average, that blue line. Okay, what that is the moving average. Okay, that's our moving average that we use. It's the 180-day moving average. A moving average is just another word for mean. So as traders, as investors, we want to buy things at a fair price. How do we know things are at a fair price? We look at the average. Okay, what's the average? 180-day moving average, which is that blue line. Think of it as the 6-month moving average. Okay, we want to buy as close to that as possible. So this one, look how close it is. We don't want to buy it here up here off the moving average. We want to buy close to it because that's how we know we're getting a fair price. If you're buying off of the average, you're buying it at an expensive price, right? If you're buying it below the average, you're getting it at a discounted price. And then if you're buying it at the average, you're getting it at a fair price. So I like this one for next week. That's right there in the golden zone. Target on that would be $7 to $8. DJT is trying. Yeah, needs a tweet. Dylan said he's up $200 on the first month of trading. Congrats, brother. Congrats. Let's stack those wins up. WIF, I'd be looking for the weekly on this one next week. BLDR. BLDR. That one's got a red dot there on the monthly. So that one needs to hold 110. If it doesn't hold 110, you're going to be in trouble. This is a home builder stock here. So target on that's still 180 to 190. I would just use a tight stop at around 109. Again, we discussed Tesla. We're short Tesla. We want to short Tesla because we're up here in the red zone. Okay, we don't want to buy stuff that's up here in the red zone. We got Datadog. Again, in the red zone, not interested next week. AEHR, too close to the red zone. MDB up in the red zone. SEI looks good for next week. Okay, once again, I'm going to revert you to the weekly chart. You guys should be watching the weekly charts right now if you guys are following our strategy, because I think those are going to pinpoint the bottoms. SEI, the last time the wave was this far down was back here in April, 16 cents all the way up to 40 cents. That's a 120% move. So I like it at these prices right here. Again, the confirmation of the bottom on SEI is just going to be the weekly dot. That will be called out over here in the weekly alerts section here next week. Or I'm thinking in the next 1 to 3 weeks, you'll see that signal. iRobot, back down at $3. I'd be watching for the green dot there. SMCI, too far up in the red zone. BIIB, this one looks okay. You got a little room back there to 180. Not my favorite, though. XRP, again, just ranging. Again, very boring, very nothing going on. Once again, we bought XRP right here in August of 2024 off the green dot at 50 cents. It went all the way up to 350. Everyone wants to buy it up here at 350, but no one wants to buy it down here at 50 cents. Do you guys see how that works? Okay, that is the psychology of the market. That's where the logic comes into our strategy. Okay, when everyone's really excited to buy, you should be looking to take profits. Okay, and we had multiple take profit signals here on XRP. Okay, we had this one, the red dot. You guys see the red dots here in July in the red zone, 350. Told you to sell. What happened? It sold all the way off to 150. Okay, now we're trying to build a base here at 250. Again, what we're looking for is the weekly. Okay, this one really needs to hold on to, I would say $2.20. I would say $2 is probably the real support level. We just really want to see XRP print a weekly green next week. And again, that one's red on the monthly. So I just don't like XRP here. I don't like it one bit. I'm actually going to take it off the green list and put it back into the red list because, again, if the dot is not green on the monthly, we are looking for a green dot to add. We shouldn't be looking at the daily to add. We should be looking for the monthly. But as long as this one holds on to support, I would say right here at around $2. Let's just say $2. $2 is your support level. Again, don't risk more than 5%. Target on this would be 350, but not my favorite for next week. Mara. What's up, Whittaker? Brad, what's going on, brother? Get those chart requests in, guys. We'll cover those here as we go. Mara, I like Mara next week. Mara actually looks really good. Okay, I'd be buying this one on a green dot here on the daily. Okay, we got a green monthly. So what are we looking for? We're looking for the green daily. And I think that's going to come here next week. That one's probably one of my favorite setups going into next week. Obviously we got all these on the favorites list, but Mara is a really good looking stock for next week. Okay, target on that would be up there at 26. Ethereum Classic. This one looks okay down here. Really not my favorite project. To be honest, I don't think I'll ever buy Ethereum Classic. So I'm going to take it off my watch list. RIVT, Rivety. That's got the monthly, so this looks really good. Okay, up above $80. This one looks phenomenal. They got really good earnings. And look at that. Got the monthly signal. So when you get the monthly signal, you got to act. Right, you got to be proactive, especially if the monthly signal's coming down here in the golden zone, because what that's telling us is that's going to trigger a move back up here to the red zone. Okay, I really like this one as well. I'm going to use a stop loss on this one at around 88, but that one looks really good for next week too. Mara and Rivety are both really good looking stocks. AAL, that one looks like it's going back to 18. I like this one as long as it holds on to 12. Once again, we got the green dot on the monthly. Okay, so we're looking for those daily green dots to add. So you had an opportunity to buy it right here. Right there at $12. Nice move up, but that looks like it's curling and going back to 18. That looks really good. CVX looks really good. Target on that's up there at 168. I forgot. I added one thing into my portfolio that is not on here, and that's COP. This is something that I bought yesterday as well, and I share all my trades with you guys, by the way, over here in Overkill Trades. COP is ConocoPhillips. It's kind of like Chevron. It's a gas company, oil and gas company. But I bought it because we got that green dot there on Thursday. And again, it's got the green monthly dot showing up here. I know it's red here, but I'm using a tight stop loss on this right here at around 84, 85. So they got earnings next week, but I just think oil and gas is going to perform very well. Normally, all of them move together. So if you go to CVX, again, that's an oil and gas provider. They're the gas station, right? So if this thing's going up, if this thing's doing good on their earnings, look, they crushed their earnings. They beat by 5% on revenue. So normally that means Conoco is probably going to go ahead and follow. So I like seeing Chevron break out here, not in the golden zone anymore, so we're not looking to buy. We're just looking to sell that one on a red dot up here in the red zone. XYZ, this one's very choppy, very boring. Not a lot going on here. So, yeah, I would just, I don't like that one. They got earnings next week too, and their earnings have not been pretty lately. BBAI, that one's trying to bounce here. Not my favorite though. We got XYZ. This one green on the monthly. That one's got a red one showing up here too. So again, XTZ, I'm looking for the weekly. Okay, that looks like it's got strong support right down there at around 40 cents. ARM, up there in the red zone, not interested. ALK looks good. This is Alaska Airlines. They have been absolutely destroyed here from 66 all the way down to 40. You got a huge, beautiful range on this, back to 75. So you could see if we go back to the top, that's an 84% trade. We want to be buying in these golden zones. So I would look for that green dot on ALK next week. That one's going to be on the favorites list. This is Alaska Airlines. Alaska Airlines here. Yeah, I did sell MOH. I got stopped out here today. I don't know if I called that out or not, but I got stopped out at 150. I've had a really busy day, so I set my stop loss, and I think I was stopped out on that today. I forgot to call that out over there in the Discord. ALK, though, this one looks good. Up above $40, I think ALK looks like really good. I got a request here from Ron for OMCL. That one's gapping up. That looks good. Green monthly, this one looks good. I'd be a buyer of this one here, okay? I like this one as long as it holds on to 28. You can put a stop loss right there. Your target's 48 to 52. Let's get through this watch list, and I'll take your guys' request. ACHR, too close to the red zone. Litecoin looks pretty good here above 90. Hopefully we're going to have a big weekend on crypto this week. We need to absolutely pump right now. So how I'd be playing Litecoin here is just put a stop loss at 90. AMGN. This one looks pretty good. Got the green dot here today. They got earnings next week, though. So we want to avoid taking any new positions going into earnings just because, right, you look at Fee. What happened to Fee? Right, they missed their earnings, and they got absolutely destroyed. So I normally like to wait till after earnings in case there is a big sell-off to take a position, just like you saw on Fee. I think I bought Fee at around 71 the other day after that huge sell-off. And, yeah, it's much better to, in my opinion, wait till after earnings to see the reaction to make a move. But it does look good. Eli Lilly's getting close to the red zone, so we're not interested. TMO in the red zone, not interested. FedEx looks okay, back to 300. Not my favorite, though. Pepe looks good. Pepe looks good again. All we need is that weekly signal. Look how deep the wave is. This is the deepest the blue wave has ever been on Pepe. See, the last time we got a green dot was back in March. That was, I don't know, 7 months ago, right there at 0.006. It went all the way up there to 0.00017. So that was a nice 150% move. Now we pulled all the way back. No one's talking about Pepe now. Again, looking for that weekly dot next week. EXPI looks decent. They got earnings next week. Doge looks okay. Vail in the red zone. EQIX looks good as long as it can hold on to 800. Not my favorite, though. PFE looks good. I'll put PFE in there. This is Pfizer. They got earnings next week as well. So on Tuesday, they got earnings. But again, look at this chart. That monthly chart's looking phenomenal here. So I like this one as long as it holds on to 23. CRM, that one's curling up. They got a green dot there today. I like CRM a lot. CRM looks good. So far, again, guys, on the favorites, this is what we're looking at for next week so far. I'm going to share this list with you guys here after the stream, so you guys will be able to go over this over the weekend, do your own due diligence, and take a look at some of the charts. But I think all these are setting up really nice. XLM, again, I'm going to refer you to the weekly chart. Last time we got a weekly dot was back in June, right there around 25 before it popped up to 50. Again, let's just be patient and wait on that signal. Ethereum, same thing. Wait for the weekly signal here. Look at that weekly came back in April at $1,600, dude. You can't make this up. April 14th, 2025, That signal came right here at 1600. Beautiful move. See how the weekly can benefit us sometimes? That's why we like to keep it in mind. Okay, that's why we like to pay attention. It's just another time frame we can keep in mind. Yes, we're hyper focused on the monthly and the daily, but we can also look at the weekly. Okay, there's nothing wrong with buying a weekly dot with the wave way down here after a very big sell-off here. So I'm watching 3,600 on Ethereum. If that can hold and we can curl up next week, you're going to see the parabolic move everybody's hoping and wishing for. But I want to see that weekly dot on Ethereum before we see anything. We do anything. UPS had a nice gap up today, or this week. They beat their earnings. Green on the monthly, I'm just having a hard time on this one. I'd wait for a daily green dot to buy this one. You can see it got the red one, so if it pulls back to like $90, maybe take a stab at it. But I just don't know how I feel about their business anymore because they lost their contract with Amazon, and Amazon is where everyone buys everything. So it's just one of those things. How's Ray doing? R-A-Y. I was looking at this today, man. I really want to buy this one. I really do. It's coming up here. We'll get to it. We'll get to Ray here in just a sec. Let's get through this watch list, and I'll take all your guys' requests here from the chat. I hope everyone's having a good Friday so far. CLF, no thank you. Again, red dot in the red zone. This is where we want to be selling. We don't want to buy up near the red zone or in the red zone. JBHT looks decent. ENPH, this one has to be red on the monthly now. Yeah, this is that solar company. I mean, if this thing's going to bottom, it better bottom right there at 30. USO, this is oil and gas. That one looks like it's going to curl up here. I like oil and gas for next week. USO looks good as long as it can hold on to that $70 level right there. Boom. As long as we hold 70, this one looks really good. CE, this one's still green on the monthly. That's crazy. It is sitting at the bottom of the fib. So just like how we want to buy or sell when we're up here in the red zone at the top, we also want to be looking to buy down here at the bottom. So you can see how we bounced right here at, I don't know, what was that, 35? $36, $37 right there. It's sitting at 38. So they had earnings. They reported today. And I would just say $35 is a big level for that one. I think they're a chemicals company as well. Here's Solana. So Solana, we're watching where we bottomed out there after that big sell-off that we had. We're watching that 170 level. So I'm saying as long as 170 holds on Solana, we're bullish. Okay, but I really want to see that weekly dot come here in the next 1 to 3 weeks. I would definitely set a stop loss on Solana at 170 and be looking for that weekly or that daily signal. Others just sitting right in the middle. Total 3 just sitting right around a $1 trillion market cap. We got American Eagle, no thank you. CNC looks pretty good above 33. Let's go ahead and add that one in as well. Once again, we got the green dot on the monthly. Okay, that is a buy signal there. Okay, we like CNC here with a target of 70 up there. Morpho, nah. ADA looks good. ADA's down in the golden zone. Once again, I'm going to refer you to the weekly chart here on these altcoins. Last time we got a weekly dot was back here in July. The one before that was in April. Those both came at 60 cents. You see that? 60 cents, 60 cents. What does that tell you? 60 cents is a very strong support level. So I like ADA. I would buy ADA if you guys want to own it on the next weekly dot there. What's going on, Aaron? John. I'm not sure about that, man. What, are you going to the website, overkillinvestingclub.com? Yeah, so if you guys want to join the Discord, you can click that link, go to overkillinvestingclub.com, and then just hit join for free. And that'll get you into the Discord here. So you just have to accept the invite. I'm not going to do that. If you're having trouble or issues with that, let me know. I could drop the link again here in the chat. Soxel. Soxel's ripping, man. This thing's on a blue sky breakout. It's got a red dot in the red zone, though, so I'd be taking profits. Okay, we called this one out back here at like $7. Okay, that thing's up 500%. I wish I would have took that trade, but I didn't. But that one's had a really nice move this year. I would be trimming up here. I would be selling 50%, 25%, 100% of my position. Because, again, it looks very, very toppy. WLK, this is Westlake Corporation. They had their earnings. Looks like they sold off on their earnings. I still like this one. I'd look to buy this one on a green dot here on the daily. Okay, I look for a green dot on the daily. It's still green on the monthly. Yeah, I'd look for the daily alert now. Okay, look for that daily alert. It's at the bottom here. Target's still 130 to 140. Algorand. Algorand's sitting here at the bottom as well. Okay, looking for this one needs a green monthly. So that one's off the list until we get the green monthly. Diamondback Energy, that one's green on the monthly. And down here, I like FANG as well. Anything oil and gas next week, I like. It looks like it's going to have a big week. KHC. This is Kraft. That one's also red on the monthly, so we're taking that one off. GM. GM's up there in the red zone. We'd be taking profits here. Big earnings beat. Red dot in the red zone. You want to sell GM here, okay? You had the trade. You made the trade. You done good. Now it's time to take profits. Okay, you can see the stochastics even touching that white dotted line. We would be selling GM here at 70. Okay, we are selling GM here at 70. HPQ. This one looks decent. It's just chopping around. IWM, no thank you. Nail looks good for next week right here around 60. We're going to add that one to the favorites list. Just looking for a green dot to add to the position. Once again, green on the monthly. Okay, that means we're still in a bullish trend. As long as it's green on the monthly, we should be looking for daily dots to add or average down on. I know some of you guys got in right here at around 70. Okay, if it's sold off to 60, what can you do? Are you going to panic sell? No. You're going to look to average down and build your position and then wait until it comes back up here to the red zone if you're bullish on the asset. So I would watch this one for a green dot next week on the daily. I like that one. We got Atom. Atom needs a green dot here on the daily. I'm going to take that one off the green list as well. Okay, the majority of these names on this green list, guys, the reason we call it the green list is because the majority of them are going to have green dots on their monthly charts. Okay, we want the green dot on the monthly chart. That's the most important thing when it comes to our strategy. Okay, DAL, too close to the red zone. If you're going to buy an airline right now, I would buy Alaska Airlines. Okay, that thing's down at the bottom. If you want to buy Delta, okay, that thing's already up here around the red zone. I would rather buy something that's beat up like Alaska, okay, and then ride that thing back up. I really like Alaska. That's literally one of my favorite stocks right now, down here at 40 bucks. Looks good. What else we got here? DAL, ALB, up in the red zone. Adobe looks good. Adobe's got the green dot here on the monthly. So if you like Adobe, I think that one looks good for next week too. Again, you got that green monthly dot. That's the most accurate signal we can get. Here's NU. This is a Brazilian bank. It's in the red zone. We're selling it. AMAT, we're selling it. CELH, we're selling it. HBAR. HBAR's got the green weekly. So HBAR is one of the cryptos that actually has the weekly dot we've been talking about here. So watch for this one to explode to the upside. I like it over 15 cents. I'll put that one on the favorites list next week too. We got STM. STM needs the green weekly, or I'm sorry, the green daily. Not sure how I feel about that one. AZN's up in the red zone. Cure had a nice bounce off support right there at 86. Just looking for a green dot on that one. Not my favorite. Home Depot doesn't look very good to me. STLA, no thank you. We got Polkadot. This one just needs the green monthly now. I think this month has liquidated pretty much everybody that doesn't belong in the crypto markets. Everyone that was over leveraged, this month has been brutal to those people. So DOT's sitting at an all-time low. So if you believe in Polkadot, you're buying it at the best price ever. Does that make sense? Since it's been around, you're buying it at the best price it's ever been at. Okay, so if you believe in this project, I would look to buy the next weekly dot here. It's at all-time lows. All-time lows. Bitcoin dominance still just hanging around there at 60. There hasn't been a lot of moves. I think we're going to get a big news event next week or in the next couple of weeks. I think you're going to get the China deal happening next week, and I think it's going to send markets higher. Okay, but again, all that aside, all the speculation aside, we're sticking to the signals. We're using the data, okay, and we're not messing around. Logic, data, discipline, folks. Logic, data, discipline. Doesn't matter what we think or what we feel. Okay, logic, data, and discipline. We look at things logically, we use the data, and we stay disciplined to what we're doing. We're doing this, okay? This is our strategy. We have to stick to it. We have to be disciplined. We can't let our emotions rule us in trading, okay? That is how you fail. FCX just chopping around, no thanks. DR Horton, looks like they had an earnings miss. They still green on the monthly? Yes, they are. Looks a little toppy to me. I don't like it. If I'm going to play DHI, I'm probably looking for that weekly dot. Okay, I'd like to buy this one back down at like 130. IMX looks okay. AVAX down at $18. Okay, that one's on the watch list for next week again. Going to revert you to the weekly. You can see where are we right now, guys? Where are we on the weekly chart? What do we have here? That's support. What do we have here? That's support. So you can see every time we got a green dot, we bounced. Green dot, bounced. Green dot, bounced. What are we missing? Green dot. We're missing the green dot there on AVAX. But I think that one looks good down there at 18 if you believe in the project. Oh, we covered SoFi. I personally am shorting SoFi. I'm shorting it. I have puts on it. So I think it's coming down. Okay, it's got a red daily. It's still green on the monthly, but we've gone up for 7 months. So again, with our strategy, we're not looking to buy things that have gone up for 7 months straight. If anything, we want to buy stuff that's gone down for 7 months straight. You had the buy signal on this back in June. That came at 13. It's now up at 30. You also had one back here in August at $6. $6. Okay, back in August of last year. Now it's up at 32. So you missed the boat to buy SoFi, in my opinion. I personally am shorting it. And keep those requests coming, guys. We're almost through this. Again, so far, here are the favorites for next week. These are cryptos and stocks. Again, I will be sharing this list with you guys here going into the end of the stream. So stick around, and I'll show you guys how to get the list. Target. I sold my Target position. I got tired of it just doing nothing. I wanted to raise cash and buy something else. I sold Target to buy alts. I like alts a lot better than Target. I just think Target, I don't think they're growing their revenue. I don't think my wife loves them, but again, they're just not growing their earnings. They're kind of flat, and I think Amazon's just taking them out. So it does still have a green dot on the monthly. You could still be targeting up here at 150 if you believe in it, but I just thought my money was going to be used better elsewhere. We got CRO. Again, use the weekly. Watch for the weekly. XOM. This is Exxon Mobil. Not my favorite. Ray looks good. This is one of my favorite altcoins too. Okay, this is one of the biggest projects on Solana. What you need to see is a green dot here on the monthly. I mean, you're buying this thing at a pretty big discount right now. Target would be up here at $5. I mean, if that goes back to the red zone from where we're sitting right now, that's a 280% move. So what I would use on Ray, look at that. Okay, when that weekly signal comes, that's going to be an epic place to get in. That one came in April at 170, went up to $4, pulled back, got you this one right here in July at around 2, went up to 4, and now it's pulled back. So all you should do right now is wait for that weekly dot on Ray. I think the fundamentals of that name are very strong. Solana is one of the biggest blockchains out there, and this is like one of the #1 projects that's built on Solana's blockchain. So whoever is requesting Ray, I still really like the asset here at $1.60. I think it's a steal. We got REGN. This one looks pretty good. Another healthcare company. Got the green dot here on the monthly. They had a nice earnings. They beat on their earnings. They crushed their earnings. Target on this would be up here at around 1,000. Okay, that one looks good too. MRK, another healthcare name as well. I think these healthcare names are still sitting in a very good position right now. Again, look at the green dot on the monthly. Okay, beautiful. That trend is up. We'd be looking for an entry here on MRK at around 86. Okay, look for the green dot there. I think MRK looks phenomenal. Novax, not really going anywhere. MPC, up in the red zone. Apple. Target's starting the Black Friday deals on November 2nd. That's not a good sign. Apple's a sell. We're selling. We're taking profits on Apple here. GEOS, again, in the red zone, not interested. Intel in the red zone, not interested. Intel was one of our best trades this year. We bought Intel back here in August, right there at 19. It's sitting at 40. Okay, we played the options on that. Okay, those options went up like 1,000%. But again, we don't want to chase up here in the red zone. We just don't. That's just not our strategy. We want to buy in the golden zones. Okay, we don't want to buy in the red zone because we're long term. It's not a good place to take a 1 to 6 month swing. Why? Let's turn the fib off. Well, first and foremost, because we're in the red zone. Second reason why is look at the average. This is the average price over the last 6 months. Look at us sitting up here at 40. If we drop and go back to the average, okay, that's a 33% drop. Do you think it's a good idea to buy your groceries when they're up 30% on the day? No. I'd be selling Intel up here. Okay, I'm an absolute seller of Intel. We played this one. We nailed this one down here. Okay, at 19. Nailed it. Okay, we're not looking to chase it now. HAL looks okay. It's got a red dot though. Not my favorite for next week. Billy, we're a seller. Ondo down here at 68. Once again, I'm going to refer you here to the weekly chart. Okay, look at that. Green dot there on the weekly in June. 80 bucks all the way up there to 120. What do we have here in April? 80 cents all the way up to 115 or $1.15. These ones came back here at around 70, which is exactly where we're sitting. So again, where's the support, guys? Okay, where's the data say the buyers are? The buyers are from here. We bounced back here in 2024. Okay, right here in this level, right between 50 and 70 cents. We bounced here at 70, bounced here at 70. What are we doing here? We're trying to bounce here at 70. So all we need is a green dot here on the weekly for Ondo. I still think that's a very solid project, going to do very well. And target's still 120 to 140 on that one. I'm going to add that one to the favorites for next week. LUMN, getting pretty close here, folks. So get your chart requests in. This one gave the red dot. We'd be selling LUMN here. PBR looks okay. INJ, again, going to refer you to the weekly. I think this one looks good for next week. You just need the weekly signal on that one. We got SLD. Red dot, no thank you. OP looks okay. ENA looks okay. Baidu, no thank you. ELF in the red zone. PDD in the red zone. Rose, is this one still green here? So that's got a red monthly now. So that's, that's just so ugly, man. Okay, target will be up there at around 4 cents. But I got to take that one off the watch list because, again, it's red on the monthly. We got UNH pulling back a little bit. This one looks good for next week. So all we're waiting on UNH now, again, it's got the monthly alert, right? We called the monthly alert out back here in September at around $300. It went all the way up to $390, and now it's retracing here on the daily. So now that the fact that the blue wave is back under the zero line, right? The zero line's right here. Now that that's underneath it, we want to be looking for entries, okay? This last one came back here in August at 250. It bounced all the way up here to 380. So what I'd be doing on UNH next week is looking for that daily alert, okay? You want to see that daily alert. Okay, that looks good, though. JD, I'm adding JD to the watch list, too. JD looks phenomenal here. Okay, this is a Chinese company. What do we got? Green dot there on the monthly. What are we doing? We're going long, 1 to 6 months out. We're not day trading. We're going long here. I think this one looks very strong up above this $29 level. Okay, a lot of those Chinese stocks took off. JD is lagging. Okay, and this is a massive company. Okay, they make around $50 billion a quarter. They're a huge company. Okay, and I think their stock looks cheap here. So watch for that green dot there next week. Pepsi. Pepsi looks pretty good too. Pepsi don't look bad next week. All you need on Pepsi is a green dot here on the daily. ON looks okay. ASML up there in the red zone, not interested. HP, nah. RIG, nah. HUM, nah. Moderna looks okay. Moderna had a good earnings beat. I'll put Moderna on there as well. So these are going to be the favorites from the watch list, guys, for next week. Okay, these are all the top stocks and cryptocurrencies. We got Pinlink in there. We got Alts. We got Rivian. Rivian had a really nice move today. SEI. Again, I just went over all these charts, so you guys can always watch the replay of this. Let me just go ahead and share these with you guys over here in the Discord. So I'm going to share this list here. So this is green list. Watch list tab. You guys get the watch list every single week. So I'm going to share this here. So this is the green list. Green list from October 31st. Okay, and get your chart requests in too, guys. I'll take a few chart requests before we sign off here. So there's the green list, and then the favorites from the green list. So these are all the favorites from the list that we just went over. There's about 20 to 25 names, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and share this. Here is the watch list favorites from 10/31. Okay, and I'm going to tag you guys in this so you guys can get the notification. Again, you guys can look at these charts over the weekend. If you guys have the indicators, you guys can do your own due diligence. All you got to do is come here, click on this link. And then what that's going to do is it's going to pull up all the names that we just covered. Okay, these are all the names that we just covered. So again, you guys can put these in your own watch list by clicking on this green flag here. Green flag, you can click this flag and choose, right? I could click this and I could put it on one of my colored lists here. I like to use the green list and the red list. The red list I have for the names that have a red dot on their monthly chart, and the green list is for the names that have a green dot on the monthly chart. So that's how I keep my stuff organized. I have another video in that trading course, that free trading course that shows you how to set up watch lists. So if you come over here, you could how to set up effective trading watch list, a beginner's guide. Again, 7 or 8 videos, completely free course. You guys can check that out over there. So let's take some chart requests here from the chat. Let's see what you guys got. If you got questions or anything like that, just drop them in the chat, and I'll take some time here to show you guys what's up. I see a couple for NVO. Still really like this name. I still think this is one of the best healthcare plays out there right now. I know it's down. It's been just grinding down. All we need is a green dot, and they also have earnings coming. So I have a pretty big position on NVO, and I'm holding this one until it gets back up here. They had a big partnership with Costco. They've been forming really strong partnerships, so I think at 50, NVO is a gift. I see one for Sonic. Sonic's getting wrecked. Okay, this thing's at all-time lows, so not a lot of data for me to analyze, but that chart is a falling knife there. Okay, that thing's just getting absolutely smoked. INJ, we just covered this. What I would look for is a weekly. Okay, a weekly green dot. You can see the last ones came right back here in April. That was around $7.50. It went all the way up to 15. So that's what I'm waiting on. I'm watching the weekly charts on crypto, guys. I'm telling you right now, the weekly charts are going to be the tell for crypto next week. Okay, 1 to 3 weeks, I think we're going to get these signals here on crypto. What else we got? ACN. How's that one doing? Didn't that one have a golden dot? Yeah, it's doing good. I like this one. Looks good. This one's fine as long as it holds this support down here at like 225. I'd have a stop loss at 225, and I'd let that one ride. Okay, look at how deep that monthly is. This actually looks really good. Okay, this would be a favorite from today too. I like this one a lot. I know it doesn't have the green dot yet, but you can see how that green candle's forming, and we're kind of turning. We're curling. If you guys are familiar with the golden dots, these are also bottom signals. These are also 1 to 6 month swings. We got that at 238. It's at 250. I like this one. Said half your portfolio has earnings next week. What are you holding? Oops. AP. Oops. Did I lose you? And by the way, guys, if we can get this video to 300 likes by Monday, I'll give away some cryptocurrency. So if you're watching the replay, let me know down in the comment section that you're watching, that you're tuning in. Let me know your watch list down below. Smash the like, and again, I'll do a crypto giveaway. We gave away some crypto yesterday. Gave away some Chainlink or a couple days ago. Sent 10 Chainlink. That was about $200 worth of crypto. So if we can get this video to 300 likes by next Monday, which is in 4 days, we get like 3,000 people watching these videos. So I asked for 10% of the people to smash the like. I think that's doable. And I'll give away another $200 worth of crypto. You could choose the crypto. I'll give away pin link or whatever you want. 300 likes, baby. Let's run it up. Anyone else got chart requests? APT. APT I still like. I think $3 APT is beautiful. That's literally where we bounced back here in 2023. So you're sitting at a two-year low, right? The lowest price in 2 years. Okay, look at the last time we hit this level back in 2022. What did it do? It went from $3 all the way up to $21. That was a huge move. So again, as everyone's saying it's over right now, we're literally sitting at the lows. This is where we want to be accumulating. Again, I'm going to revert you to the weekly chart. Once you get that green dot, it will be the confirmation of a bottom, but I don't see this one going below $3. APT looks really good. Axel. Again, looking at that weekly chart. This one's at all-time lows. I got stopped out on this one at around 20, I believe. So, yeah, watch for the weekly. I don't like the fact that it's at all-time lows. So I'd look for the weekly or that monthly alert there. Okay, you're going to want one of those two before you do anything with that one. You can add on the next monthly dot if you're into it and you believe in the project. But I don't like the fact that it broke to all-time lows there. That's a little scary. VeChain. What's everybody got going? Is anyone going trick-or-treating tonight? What are you guys doing this weekend? VeChain still needs the monthly. We need the monthly signal. Okay, that weekly signal would be clutch if it came in. Target on that's up there at 3 cents. You just need one of the monthly or the weekly signals there. Zion. Zion is sitting right in the middle golden zone. Ooh, this one's tough. That's a tough one, man. I think oil and gas are going to do well. It's got the red dot on the monthly, so I would set a stop loss at like $49 if you're playing this. $49 is that low from this candle right here, so use a stop loss there if you're playing that. Target 60. I like COP I bought this one yesterday because it's down here in the bottom of the golden zone, right? So we have more of a range back up there to the red zone. And I also like Oxy as well. Okay, curling up, targets 52 to 56. Novaks we covered. Novaks it's doing a whole lot of nothing, right? Super boring. Yeah, not my favorite looking chart. It's green on the monthly. It's just not doing anything. And they got earnings next week too, so keep in mind they got earnings on Thursday. Earnings next week, ICHR, KOS. Yeah, GoodRx is one. Snapchat, I'm watching that earnings next week. Donut has earnings too. So a lot of these small caps we've been buying over the last couple months have earnings next week. You see Snapchat reports on Wednesday, and they normally move really big on their earnings calls. So I think Snap's going to be back up here between 11 and 12 by the end of the year. Chris, you're golfing? Dude, it's like 30 degrees here. My last round of golf was like 2 or 3 months ago. SUI. SUI has support down here at 2. I would just be watching for that weekly signal. Last time you got the weekly signals back here in April, it went from $2 all the way up here to around 4. That was a really nice trade. I just wait for that weekly signal there on SUI. I just covered Aptos. Aptos is a buy down here. I don't think that one's going below 3. Newsmax. I'd wait for the weekly signal on this one too. This is a pretty new play. It's at all-time lows. Just getting hammered down here at 10. So I'd look for the weekly for that reversal. Their earnings are pretty not good. So just keep that in mind. Very new play there. I'd wait for the weekly signal on Newsmax. I don't even know, Whittaker. I'm not much of a golfer. I'm more of a whacker. I'm pretty good at whacking the ball. I've only been golfing for like 2 years. I actually got really into it this year for the first time. FET. So what I like about this one is it's back here at support from 2023. Again, you're at the 2023 lows. This is the 2-year low. So last time we just hung out here for a while, and then we went from 25 cents all the way up to 350. That was a monster move. So again, I'm going to revert you to the weekly chart here on FET. And once that weekly signal prints, it will absolutely give you a better idea of the bottom. But 20 cents looks pretty interesting. DJT, yeah. I'm waiting for DJT to rip too. This is one of my largest positions. Again, I'm just looking at the monthly chart here on this. It's literally down here at the bottom according to the indicator. The indicator is what we use to place our entries. And again, as soon as that monthly green dot pops up, I think this thing is going to absolutely explode. And I think this is going to come here by the end of the year. Okay, if not beginning of the year, but this thing was literally at support. The support that it was at 2 years ago before it went from 15 all the way up to 80. So I still like DJT. We jumped the gun a little bit on the green dot, but hey, here we are. Okay, sitting at 15. I think this one's a steal still. What else we got? Oh, Chris is in Florida, 72 degrees. Yeah, good for you, man. Good for you. Hash graph, HFT. That one needs the weekly as well. Tilroy. TLRY. Another cannabis stock. So if you're going to play cannabis, I mean, I'd look to buy this one on a daily dot. Looks good right here at $1.30. Could come down to $1, but I'm playing. If I'm going to play cannabis, I'm going to play this ETF, this MSOS ETF, because it looks so prime, and you're getting exposure to more names than just Tilroy. But Tilroy's a pretty big cannabis name. I think it's the biggest cannabis name in the industry. So you said, should you sell CRWV? CoreWeave? I can't see a Fibonacci just because it's too new. Look at the weekly. I don't think so. I would put a stop loss at 120. If it breaks 120, then I would sell it. But I think that one's going back up there to 160, 180. I think that looks pretty good. No red dot yet on the daily, so you got nothing to worry about. The only thing I'd worry about is the earnings they got coming up. Okay, and their last earnings, they didn't do so well. Pump Fund, PUMP. Got a red dot there on the daily, but trying to bounce. So as long as this one can hold on to 4 cents, It looks pretty good. 4 cents is your stop loss if you're trading that one. Again, I don't have the Fibonacci. If you guys can't see the Fibonacci on your trading indicator or any of the indicators, it's because it's too new. This just came out in July of 2025, so there's no data, not enough data to populate the indicators to give us an idea. But what I could tell you is that just by looking at support, 4 cents is your stop loss, or 0.004. It's got the red dot today, so when you get the red dot, you want to set a stop loss, right? So your stop loss would be right there. As long as that holds, this one looks pretty good. Yep. RUM. It's pretty far down here right now. I'd look for the weekly on this one, weekly or the monthly. Okay, both are red, so we're bearish. Okay, until we get one of those signals, we don't want to take a stab at it. Oh, we got BNKK. Yeah, I dropped those requests, guys. I'll stay here until we figure it out here. BNKK, what is this? Does this have to do with bonk crypto, or again, it's very new, so I don't have any data, so I can't really tell you. It's a penny stock. It's down here at 21 cents. Meta got clapped. Okay, we got the sell signal on Meta back here in September, up here at $800. That was a beautiful sell point. Okay, so now Meta's selling off, so this is good, right? This is good because we want to buy the dip on Meta. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to wait for this green dot to come back. Look at this green dot on Meta back in 2023, guys. Were you guys around in 2023? A lot of you probably weren't. But $100 is where we called out Meta back here in 2023, December of 2022. It went all the way up to $800. So we're in a bubble. Eventually this bubble's going to crack, and I think it's starting to crack here right now on Meta. So I would be short. Meta would be something I would be shorting up here. Okay, we don't want to touch it up here. Okay, want to wait for that green dot to come back on the larger time frames. Nvidia sell, yeah, I'm a seller of all big tech. Okay, I would definitely sell Nvidia up here at $200. 200 is a good square number. Look how far off of the average we are. Again, you're sitting 20% off of the average. I don't like it. We're not buying stuff 20% off of the average. Again, if you're buying stuff off of the average, okay, you're buying it at an expensive price. Okay, we want to buy at the average or below the average. Okay, Nvidia is sitting 20% above it. That's like going to get your gas today because it's Friday and it's at a 20% premium. Hey, gas is 20% more expensive on Friday. Let's go gas up today. No, you wouldn't do that, and you shouldn't be doing it with your investments. I get that Nvidia is the biggest company in the world and blah, blah, blah. Okay, but it's expensive. As an investor, you got to ask yourself, am I getting it at a fair price? The indicators, the data says no. Okay, at least if you're looking at it in a six-month term. The data says no. It's not a good price here. So, DJT earnings next week. Yep, November 7th. Beautiful. It's a big one. That's a big one. GEVO. Looks okay. Looks like it's trying to curl up there. Beyond Meat. Get racked. Where was everyone buying this? Okay, up here at $8, $8. Everyone was buying Beyond. They got earnings. They're a crap company with a crap product, and they just suck. So I wouldn't touch it. Okay, I don't believe in fake meat. You got to buy good quality projects, good quality companies. Okay, that's key. Okay, this thing is going bankrupt. Again, everyone was jumping in this at $6. You saw all the Twitter, all the TikTok, Beyond Meat, Beyond Meat, Beyond Meat. Up here at $6. Where were we? We were in the red zone. Okay, we don't want to buy up here. There were people buying this at $8. Now it's at $1.50. Okay, the reason I started this channel was so people do not get clapped on things like this. Okay, the main reason I started it, folks. So hopefully you guys weren't buying Beyond Meat up here because Twitter was telling you to. What else we got? Zora. This is a pretty new play as well. Looking for the daily on that one. I'd try to buy that one down here at like 5 cents. Needs the daily alert. XCN. That thing's melting down. Again, I'm going to refer you to the weekly or the monthly. You need those bigger time frames. We don't want to trade until we either have the monthly or the weekly. Okay, the monthly is the most important, and that thing's just melting down right now. You guys can get the indicator right over here in the Discord. Okay, all the indicators. You guys get my entire trade layout by coming over here to the Discord under the Trading Indicator tab. Just click this link. It takes a couple of clicks, and everything loads right up into your TradingView account. You're going to get the red and green dots. You're going to get the Fibonacci zones. You're going to get the MACD. Everything that we use here, my entire trading layout, it'll look exactly like this inside your TradingView account. If you don't have a TradingView account, you can come over here to the Trading Apps tab, and there's a place where you can start a TradingView account right here. You can use my affiliate ID if you want. If not, if you don't want to use it, just go to tradingview.com. I don't care if you use my link or not. So you can click on that link to start your TradingView account. TradingView is just the software, the website that we use to chart. Okay, we don't use it to trade. You can use it to trade, but we just use it to chart and look for plays. AVNT. That one looks good. Yeah, this looks good. Needs the green monthly. That looks like it's got solid support right there at 30 bucks. So as long as it holds 30, I like it. I'd like to see the monthly pop here or the weekly, one of the two. But it looks like they got earnings coming up probably next week. Yep, next Wednesday. So target on that's up there at 38. That one actually looks pretty good. Stay strapped, don't get clapped. ATH. Are you talking about the crypto, I'm guessing? We already covered this one. If you like this project, I'd buy it down here. Why? Because we're literally sitting on support. Support. That's where we bounced in 2025 in April. Big move, came back down, bounced again, up. Now we pulled all the way back down to the spot. So this looks good. This looks really good. HIMS. This one's bouncing at a pretty important level as well. But they got earnings next week. So again, I would avoid taking any new positions. Playing earnings is always a gamble. If this sells off really hard, we might look for a position next week. But we need some signals first. Okay, we got a red monthly and a red weekly. Okay, very choppy stock. So $40 is the current support on HIMS. If that breaks, we'll be looking to buy it at around 20 to 30. APLS. Shout out to Assad, man. Shout out to the Spartans in the chat, by the way. What's up? This one had a pretty nice sell-off back down to 20 on an earnings beat. Hey, sweetie. Still green there on the monthly. Weekly chart's red, and the daily is red. So it's trying to bounce here at 20. Target's up there at 36. Not my favorite stock, but it could bounce next week off of this overreaction to earnings. That's another name that really down 31% after its earnings. Virtual Protocol. This one's looking like it's trying to ramp up here. Got the green weekly last week. Nice reversal there. I would say this one looks good as long as it can hold on to $1. $1. MYGN. Anyone else got requests here? Happy to answer them before the weekend. Again, if we get this video, if you guys are watching the replay to 300 likes, by Monday, I will give away $200 worth of cryptocurrency. Okay, you're gonna have to be in the Discord to claim that. We'll do a giveaway just like we gave away Link a couple days ago. 300 likes on the video by Monday, and we'll give it away. MYGN. This one's green here on the monthly. Looks good. Target's up there at 22. Don't know a lot about this company. Their earnings don't look bad. You can see we got the golden dot back here at around 3. Yeah, they got earnings next week too, so something to keep in mind. On Monday, it looks like. What else we got here? Yeah, we need a big move in November. Big move. It's coming. It's coming. LMND. That one's up there at the top. Needs a red dot. I would sell LMND up here. Deft. DEFT. That one looks good here at $2. If you believe in this company, I think $2 looks like a pretty good level to start a position at least. We're in the bottom golden zone. Right, the weekly chart is way down here. They got earnings coming up. They missed their earnings last time. So if you believe in it, if you like it, I'd play it at $2. I personally, if you're going to play a stock like this, a crypto stock, I would play alts here. ALTS. They got some really big partnerships, and they're literally down from $10 all the way down to 2. Whereas something like Deft is only down from $4 all the way down to 2. So there's a lot more meat on the bone for that alts. Again, these are the favorites from our watch list this week, guys. I just dropped these over in the Discord over here, so you guys can download the playlist or the watch list over here under the watch list tab. You can just come in here, click on this link, and boom, you got all the names that we covered in today's video. This live stream is always available to watch here on YouTube. Just come here to the latest tab, and you guys can watch all the replays that we do here. Okay, all the replays to all the streams. And by the way, shout out to all the new members over here. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to Amused. Shout out to Zachary. Shout out to JV. Shout out to D-Mac. All the Spartans joining the army over here. You love to see it, Ben. We're almost to 20,000 people in the Discord now. So I still think to this day we have the best investing community online. It's amazing to see what we're doing over here. We're all working together. Again, this channel is not about me. It's not about you. It's about all of us working together, sharing information, and staying on top of the markets. Litecoin, LTC. We covered this already. It looks good, still above 90. Needs to hold on to 90. Okay, I'd love to see a green dot pop off here tomorrow. We need a big move tomorrow on Saturday. This is going to be a big weekend for crypto. I don't like XRP here. I just don't. I don't like XRP off the red dot. Yeah, I think there's some better names to buy. PATH. Too close to the red zone. If you're going to play it, use a stop loss at $15. Bull, B-U-L-L. Looks decent. You just want this one to hold 10. $10 was support from over here. As long as it holds 10, it looks good, but not my favorite company, not my favorite stock. Technically, you just want it to hold $10 there. I have done Riz, yep. That one, I mean, if you believe in Riz, if you think Riz is a good project, you should be buying right now. You shouldn't be selling. We're literally sitting at the all-time low at the moment, which is right over here. Right over here from March. So I just have mine staked still on their website. Okay, you come over here to the Riz website. I just have mine staked. I haven't sold one coin, but I'm earning 7.59%. You can see I've earned over 25,000 Riz in the last week. So I'm just stacking this one up. It's only $1 million market cap. It's literally at the low from where it opened up back here in March. Very new project. I still like it. I'm still bullish on it. And if anything, I'll just continue to collect my APY by holding it. And if it turns into something, if it goes to $1 billion market cap, I'll probably end up making millions of dollars. But again, I just like the project and what they're doing. That's why I bought that one. That's more of a fundamental play than a technical play. CMG sold off pretty hard here on earnings. Big sell-off there. I said if it hit 30, I think that'd be a good place to take a stab. But look at that big sell-off, dude. 23%. Some of these names just got clapped on their earnings, man. Clapped. Oh, man. So I'd look to buy CMG on a daily now that we got this big sell-off. I mean, looking for the monthly as well. So it could. I don't think $30 is a bad place to go long. If you could add at 30 and add at 20, if it drops to 20, your average cost would be like 25. So if you like CMG, if you like the Chipotle, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the steak burrito that they got. You know, and $30, I like the price. I like it much better than up here at 70. That's for sure. Again, we got the topping signal right here in June. That was literally at $61. It's at 31 now. So watch for the monthly or the weekly or the daily on that one. Yeah, I think $30 is a good place for CMG. SEI is back to the lows. Yep. That was on the favorites from today. I see one for BABA. BABA. Up in the red zone, red dot. Not a fan. I would definitely set a stop loss at 160. If 160 breaks, I would sell it. Sido, what are you locked out for? Why are you locked out of the Discord? You shouldn't be locked out. Unless you broke the rules or something. Shoot me an email. My email's right down here. Overkill@overkillinvesting.club. Come down here to the trading indicator tab here. If you're having issues with anything, just shoot me an email. Overkill@overkillinvesting.club. And that looks like it for today, guys. If you guys have requests, go ahead and drop them over here in the Discord for Wednesday. On Wednesday is when we cover your guys' requests from the Discord and also the live chat. So if you guys are a member, you guys will be able to drop your requests here. Go ahead and click on this link right here to become a captain. The captain rank is the rank that gets to request charts here. So if you just click on this link, it's just going to pop up our memberships here. Let me just, oops, that link didn't work, did it? One sec here, I'll show you. I don't know why that didn't work. So here's the memberships. You guys could join for $4 a month. That's going to get you access to the trade alerts, the watch list, the 24/7 support, the advanced market analysis, all the giveaways. And then if you guys want to become a captain, it's like the rank above Spartan. That's going to get you access to get your chart requests in to be covered no matter what on Wednesday's videos. You'll also get access to Captain's Chat, which is a new chat room we got going on here for the captains. We got Captain Chat and Spartan Chat here. So again, that's just a new rank that we added. So if you guys want to check that out, there's the link right there in the chart request. If I missed your request, just get it over here in the Discord, and I will cover every single one that we get here on Wednesday's live stream. We are live here Wednesday and Friday every single week on YouTube. The replays are always posted for you guys, so you guys can watch the replays over the weekend. Again, we did drop our favorites list for next week. We just went over all these names, so if you guys want to go back and watch the replay over the weekend or take a look at these charts again, you can just come over here, click this link, and that is going to pull up all those names we are looking at for next week. Those are the top stocks and cryptocurrencies that are looking good according to our setups. And with that being said, that's it for today. I hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll be back here live on Wednesday. If you guys need me, as always, hit me up over here in the Discord. We got support chat over here so you guys can ask questions if you guys need anything. We got a great team over here ready to help you out. And like I said, with that being said, that's it for today, folks. God bless you guys. Have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Happy Halloween. And we'll see you soon. Peace.